Hi YouTube world, it's Adrienne in New York. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I am just getting ready. My in-laws are coming over just to have dessert. We kind of felt like that was a pretty good compromise, sort of stress-free and like safe. So we're all safe and we're all COVID-free, and so yeah, we would just decided let's get together. They live right around the corner, so it's pretty easy for us to get together, though we don't do it often. They, it's sort of nice, and I love to bake, and I already baked my famous, it's famous in my universe, pumpkin cream cheese roll. It's delicious. I put walnuts in it as well, and it's just a super moist cake. It's very, very easy if anyone's interested in the recipe. I'm happy to pass it along. I paid a lot of money to go to a fancy New York City class at the Institute of Culinary Education. It was a few years ago, and more than a few years ago. It was like a decade ago. And that class, I think it was called like Everything Pumpkin. And it was literally just every kind of like recipe that was like derived from pumpkin. So pumpkin pie, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin bread, pumpkin muffins, and this cream cheese roll, which is just, it's so nice because it's a really fluffy, moist cake. So I'm happy to pass along that information if it interests you. So yeah, I'm just getting dressed really quickly because I want to make a quick dinner for my husband and I before they come over, which I think is like in an hour and a half. So I just started off with the double serum. Again, trying to focus still on my kind of Clarins ingredients and using Clarins as much as possible. Yeah, I'm enjoying this little experiment of mine. I'm following up with the Beauty Flash Balm, which is a nice hydrator and a good primer for my skin. Is this for everyone? No, absolutely not. Oh, I had like a secret eyelash that came out of my eye. So I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving or managed to have your version of Thanksgiving, whatever that might be. I know for me, I struggle with depression sometimes. Not severely, but enough. And one of the ways that I try to kind of get myself out of that mindset or encourage myself out of that mindset is to simply try to think of a few good things that happened in the day. I think like during my most, waiting for it to dry a little bit. I think during my most kind of heightened depressive state, sometimes the three things that I had a little app on my phone that would tell me like, write 3 things down. And sometimes the day was really not that great, and it was basically the only thing I could think of was like my mom's dog's nose, and I would like take a picture of my mom's dog's nose. Or I'm using the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I love this stuff, and even though it's nighttime, it has sunscreen. I don't care. I'm trying to put on makeup that I don't have to think too much about because I am rushing through this. So yeah, sometimes it was just my mom's dog's nose. What it did though was after like maybe a week or so or 2 weeks of doing that, and maybe I would run into a day where I couldn't even think of one thing. Just going back in the log and seeing my mom's dog's nose. His name's Frosty. Frosty. Frosty, or I don't know, that I heard a song on the radio that I really loved at some point, something like that. It would kind of just start to make me realize that I have more control over my moods and my thought process than than I think I do. You know, and somehow realizing that I had control of what I was bringing into my life, whether it's, you know, listening to, you know, am I going to listen to music that's going to make me cry when I'm already depressed? I mean, yes, I can do that and have my feelings, but, you know, maybe it's better not to do that. And so I just realized I just had control. And just the idea of having control really helped me. It helped me a lot. It helped me get my power back. And yeah. And you know, I forget to do it all the time. I get stressed out. I get overwhelmed by work. I take care of others more than I take care of myself. I don't think of like if something's causing me discomfort or pain. And I don't give myself kind of the ability to say no sometimes. So I'm practicing being better about that. But yeah, I think the whole gratitude thing, it's I know people talk about it and it's sort of like, does that really work? And I can tell you, at least for me, it really did work a lot. Also, something that I've worked with a life coach before, and I've taken like seminars and stuff. And another thing that kind of like really helps me is sometimes like I obsess over something, and I can, you know, I have the ability to say, what does she say? She says, you know, you can, you know, I don't know if this happens to you, like sometimes you just, you know, your mind's going and you think like one thing bad has happened to you. Now a bunch of other bad things are going to happen to you, and you're kind of on this roller coaster of the mind. And so you start to catastrophize. You start to imagine like more horrible situations and everything that's going to go wrong and how it's never going to go right and how this is just how it's going to be and you have to deal with it and whatever it might be. And doing that sort of, if you just take a moment and think to yourself, you know, is what you're saying kind of what you're caught in a loop? Is that the actual truth, or is it just something you're telling yourself? Is it a story you're telling yourself? And somehow by just labeling, you know, whether something is the truth or a story, something like that, it really helps kind of diminish its power. So those are just some tips that I would say if you're struggling, especially in the holidays. Like I know for myself, I can't be around my family. It hurts. It physically hurts. And I sort of have to like acknowledge how that feels, but also, you know, come up with a different plan. Hopefully a better plan. Right now, so I did not put any primer on because I'm at home and I'm not going to have this makeup on for hours and hours, and I don't know. Primer for me is just sort of, it's if I'm going out. So right now, this is the third time I use this palette, but it's the first time I use the shade. I'm using the at Forest Sight, the Raw Beauty Christie palette. This is a really pretty Colourpop palette. I really like the tones. I'm wearing kind of a peachy pinky dress later on, and I wanted to have sort of a soft look. And even though this is quite a dramatic, colorful palette, I wanted to see what I could achieve with it. If I could do like soft, I think I can. So I'm just putting on the color Old Growth, kind of in my crease and buffing it out. I'm not being too careful with it. I want like a general wash of color. I don't want it to look too fussy. You know, I'm at home, people are coming over. I don't want to be like glammed out. I mean, I could be glammed out, but you know, I just want something soft and put together. So I'm just building that up a little. So yeah, I hope that you're taking care of yourself and figuring things out wherever you are in the world. It's not Thanksgiving everywhere. I'm such an American. I just think the center of the world is here. No, I really don't. I really, really don't. That's why I love living in New York City. It's a reminder that, you know, there are different people from different cultures, different religions, and it's a beautiful thing. And I don't know why I'm using this dumb, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to use it as a liner. That's what it was. And then I changed my mind. I'm going into this color called Amanita. It's this like plum color. This is like the color of my dress exactly. It has these like purpley flowers. So yeah. I know I've gotten comments from some people from different places in the world, and I love that. Oh, I miss traveling so much. I miss connecting with people, and even just going around the city and connecting with people in different neighborhoods. I mean, it's why we pay the premium of living in New York City, is because we have access to some of the best people on the planet, I think. Dreamers that made it here and who are just like making the best life for themselves and are being creative about how they make a living in New York. Like, it's so, you know, it's inspirational how people can get so scrappy, you know, and really kind of figure things out. You know, life is not linear. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to follow some predetermined path. You can change your mind. You can change your mind. Do you ever get caught up in like, oh, I used to want to be this while I grew up, and then I can't really dream differently later on in life? Sometimes I get caught in like very old thought patterns like that. Like, I can't appreciate my life where it is now because it's not the life I imagined for myself. And, you know, I kind of beat myself up a little bit, and that's not fair. You know, that's not right. I see a text coming in on my phone, like Huda Beauty. I'm trying my hardest not to look at these sales. I have a very specific list of Black Friday items that I want to invest in, and I will not deviate. My only caveat was I was curious to see what Natasha Denona was going to come up with, but I don't think anything really caught my eye. I mean, no, I mean, there were some really beautiful palettes that were, you know, really well discounted, but I can't. I have too many palettes, and I did ask my mom for Christmas for the Love palette, because it's the only kind of color scheme that I don't really have a lot of, is pinks and rosies, as I do a pink and rosy eye look, but this is sort of a warm look, and I really just use these two shades. That's really the one I want. I'm just gonna take whatever's on this brush, I don't even know what color it is, and just run it along my bottom lash to have some definition. So yeah, this is what I wanted for the look today. I did not want like very defined eye. I like this. This is nice. So this is my third look. I'm gonna create, I think I am gonna do a 1 week with this palette because I really, really, really enjoy a lot of the tones. I wanted to put something shimmery on my lid, but I have the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Frog, and I kind of want to use that. Though I think for this I really should use some sort of a sticky, towel off the head, a sticky primer, because I noticed I put it on for fun the other day and I had glitter all over my face. So I'm using the Too Faced glitter glue. This is brand new. I bought this a long time ago. I feel like last year's sales or something. And I didn't use it. So I'm just putting on a little bit. I don't know how this works. But I think I saw the Beauty News gals test out glitter primers. That was a really satisfying video. And I remember, so this is the shade. It's really, really sparkly, and it has like every kind of like, you can't really tell, but it has every kind of like glitter color on the planet. And it also looks so pretty if you have like nothing at all on your eyelid and you put this on. It almost gives you like that wet look. Oh, I love this color. It took this to another level. To the level I said I wasn't going to. Does this happen to you if you have hooded eyes? Like, I get color stuck there. So yeah, this is a really pretty shade, and that video convinced me to invest in this primer so that when I use these really pretty shades, they don't end up all over my face. I'm sweaty Betty right now. Jeez. So I'm gonna make a quick dinner. We've been doing a one of those meal delivery services, like kind of like HelloFresh, but ours is not HelloFresh. Ours is called Martha, Marley, and Spoon. It's the Martha Stewart delivery service. We've been doing it for about 6 months, and it's amazing. I love it. I think I want to try a different one just to see how it differs from the experience I've had with Martha Marley Spoon. They're so great, and it really teaches you how to cook. I mean, I didn't know how to cook. I knew how to bake, but I didn't know how to cook. And this having like these recipes delivered to you with a really like kind of easy laid out format steps has really just worked wonders for my family. Like, I can cook pretty darn good. And I mean, a lot of the recipes you can just easily recreate again. I'm using the Clarins mascara, which I've talked about. It's nice. It's pretty black and volumizing. Natural bristle brush, fluffy. I like it, but I would not buy it because I feel like there's mascaras out there that are just as good. I feel sometimes like, why is it that we have to, like, brands have to feel like they have to give everything to us? Like, if you're a skincare brand, just stay a skincare brand. I don't need makeup from you. There's other makeup brands. Like, is there room for all of this stuff? I just feel like the market is so saturated. I just want us to stop. Stop. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling a little exhausted from like releases and buying and feeling like I need to invest. I just feel like a little exhausted. So I don't know if that's just me, or do you feel exhausted? This is the Clarins Insta-Light Brush On Perfector. This is like a brightening concealer. It's not like, it doesn't like do a crazy amount, but it's really, really nice. Like, it doesn't really, it doesn't crease that badly. You can just tap it out lightly. And it does just brighten ever so slightly, which I really, really like. yeah, I feel like it does a nice job. Nice job to just kind of take care of things. What else do I want to do? I needed a blush, a bronzer, blush, bronzer, and a lip product. I know what lip product I want to use. I know what bronzer I want to, let's do a different bronzer. We'll do a different bronzer, and we will do a different blush. I feel like it's a nice blush. So this is a new blush from Colourpop. It's from that kind of flowery collection they just came out with. And this is the color Vogue. And I do like Colourpop blushes. I don't have a lot of them. I think I have one. Maybe this and one other. So it's a pretty warm pink. And it has good pigmentation. And I'll blend that later. I know this is kind of like opposite, but when you know formulas of blushes, sometimes I prefer to over apply a little bit, focus on my bronzer, and then go back and actually just blend everything together. This is the Flower Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. This bronzer is stunning. This is in the color Sunrise L1. This bronzer looks almost like it has a baked marble design, but it actually pulls such a unique shade. Almost kind of gives a little rosiness. It's really neutral. I love applying it with this brush. This is a stippled brush from Eco Tools. This is my favorite bronzer brush when you're trying to kind of bronze and also contour at the same time. I'm not doing like too much contouring, but I do want a little bit of contouring. And it just gives like the nicest shade. It's nothing dramatic. I know they have a deeper color, and I think they even have this in like a liquid formulation. So I really recommend it. I love a lot of Flower Beauty products. I think they work extremely well. I think there is a lot of special formulation happening there, and I highly recommend it. What else do I need to do? Maybe I will. Where did my brush go? My desk is a mess right now. So here I just take my foundation brush and I just kind of tap out that concealer, tap my skin out one more time. I don't like to powder. My skin doesn't like really love powdering. And right now it's not like particularly greasy or oily, so powdering is a no-no for me. But if it was daytime, I would powder, like if I had a longer to go. And then I'm gonna be wearing the Velvet Lip Perfector by Clarins. Stuff is freaking amazing. And this is in the color 2, which I think is Rosewood. This stuff is just, it's so good. I think they only have like 4 shades. I ordered a second shade. Sorry, mirror. But it's velvety. It wears really well. It has like a blurring kind of effect. I really like it. I wish I had more of a pinker tone, but this is a redder tone, but it's nice. This is a nice color. I really just love the formula. I don't know if you can tell, but it just like blurs every single line. And it just feels like a really deeply hydrating, smoothing balm. But it feels like it has something, like I think I mentioned before, I feel like it has like silicone or something. I love it. I really love it. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting ready and make dinner. I have a lot to do. Now I feel hot. Now I feel hot. Spray. Maybe I should spritz myself. What spray? Oh, I love this. This is the primer water from Smashbox. I love this stuff. It doesn't have any scent. I mean, you can get it to be scented, but I find it makes makeup look really nice. So anyhow, hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.